When I entered the theaters, I was fully prepared to cry. I was aware that this movie was such a tearjerker, but I didn't expect to cry so much. I remember how my tears just kept flowing until the credits rolled, and I honestly would have just sat there for a while, letting out all of my tears until I could finally compose myself. But then the cinema quickly turned on the lights, totally ruining the moment. Thanks a lot, SM San Lazaro. But in all seriousness, why did this movie make me cry so much? When I convinced my sister to watch it, she ended up crying so much too. However, after rewatching and re-crying, I realized that although The Wild Robot has such a simple story, it presents many profound lessons that several people, and by that I mean me, can relate to. Hi, I'm Zidney, and this is The Wild Robot. Finding where you belong. Belongingness. It's no secret that the main theme of this film is about finding where you belong. When Roz awakes, she finds herself stranded in a strange land. However, as any robot does, Roz does what they're programmed to do, to accomplish a task. But since she needs someone to tell her what to do, she turns to the only living creatures on the deserted islands, animals. But because Roz's language don't include wild animals, the animals respond as animals do when they don't understand. They attack. The animals see Roz as a monster because she's different, just as people in real life tend to fear what they don't understand. And it's not just Roz. Both Bright Bill and Fink are also rejected by the animals because they're different from the rest of them. Being a runt and raised by a robot, Bright Bill is also rejected by his fellow geese. They don't see Bright Bill as one of them. They've even insulted him, mocking his size and his relationship with the monster. And of course with Fink, sly foxes are always seen as untrustworthy outsiders. However, these three bond together to form an unlikely family. When Roz realizes that her limited vocabulary is hindering her from helping the only ones who could tell her what to do, she switches to learning mode and learns the animals' speech. She also learns that animals also have their own programming, their natural instincts. She discovers that the strange land she ended up in has its own system, that it's a dog-eat-dog world. I love how the film presents that so casually and comically to the audience. However, we see that the animals are also capable of going beyond their programming, their nature, when they're all crammed together in one space to survive winter. I'll talk more about this later. Anyway, when Roz was given the task of taking care of Bright Bill, she realizes that she has to go beyond her programming, because no amount of programming could prepare her for her greatest task yet. When Roz took up the challenge of taking care of Bright Bill, she thought that it was a simple checklist of feeding and teaching Bright Bill to swim and fly. But then she realizes that it's so much more than that. Roz finds out that there is no manual to motherhood.
I do not have the programming to be a mother.
No one does. We just make it up.
Surprisingly, we also see that an unfeeling robot could even develop actual feelings.
I feel fine. You should not feel anything at all.
It just shows that motherhood can truly change someone, but not without sacrifice. As we have seen, raising Bright Bill and teaching him to fly has also taken a toll on Roz.
And I will not leave until I have completed this task, which has delayed me, damaged me, and violated my protocols, potentially voiding my warranty.
But despite that, Roz still does what's best for Bright Bill, even if it means losing a leg and letting him go. Honestly, I could just put in several clips from the movie to prove my point, but the wild robot just gets motherhood. As Bright Bill finally takes flight to head south for the winter, I thought the film finally came to a close. But I'm really glad that the story didn't end there. When winter came, Roz could have left the animals at the mercy of the storm. After all, Roz spent months being ridiculed and discarded by the animals. But when they needed help, she still saved them all. In the end, kindness is a survival skill after all, and shows that even animals can move beyond their nature, their programming, to care for each other. Then the final scene when they all banded together to rescue Roz, that's when she knew that she finally belonged. And even though universal dynamics tried to take away Roz's memories and power, she still heard Bright Bill because she heard him with her heart. I know it kinda sounds cheesy when I said it, but I promise you, it was one of the best moments of the film. You know I cried. And throughout the film, we see Roz, Bright Bill, and even Fink try to fit in. Roz constantly saying that she needs to go back to the factory where she belongs, and Bright Bill trying to fit in with the other geese. But in the end, they've realized that they've already found where they belong, with each other.
I am already home, thank you.
You do not belong here. This is a wilderness.
And I am a wild robot.
As someone who has felt out of place, who experienced not knowing where to sit during lunch, who has been told I don't belong, I felt truly seen. The Wild Robot is a reminder that home isn't where we started. It's where our heart feels understood. Even when it seems like universal dynamics took Roz's memories, they could never take away what's in her heart. No wonder I cried so much. Thank you, DreamWorks. And as a Christian, this film also reminded me of Jesus Christ, someone who came into this world as a baby, who was ridiculed and rejected by his own people, and yet despite all of that, still chose to sacrifice himself by dying on the cross to save everyone. The Wild Robot perfectly captures the meaning of sacrificial love, that no matter the cause, no matter the rejection, and even when the world doesn't understand, you're always willing to fight for the people you call home. Hi guys! So a month ago, I made a video on The Wild Robot. And unfortunately, it got blocked in a lot of countries because, of course, I used clips from the movie. And they showed me what clips to trim. And when I saw it, there would be nothing left if I trimmed everything, So I just made a sort of new video. So instead of using clips, I use pictures instead. So DreamWorks, don't block this video. I really wanted to make a review on this, and I really wanted to share it with you guys because I really love this movie. So that's why I made the effort to make another one. Recently, I watched Wicked, and it's absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!